It is 3:12 in the morning when the message comes through. You are not asleep. You haven't slept properly in 11 days. Not since the last rotation. Not since the ministry dinner where you sat 2 seats from the deputy prime minister and laughed at his jokes and refilled his glass and thought about the frequency he uses to contact his handler in Moscow. You are lying in the dark in a 4th-floor apartment in a city whose name you are not allowed to say out loud on an unsecured line, listening to the pipes in the wall and the distant sound of traffic and waiting, as you always are, for the next instruction. The message is 4 words: green, proceed, asset confirmed. You sit up. You breathe once, slow and deliberate, the way they taught you at the farm, not to calm yourself down, but to clear the system, to switch modes. In this life, you have 2 states, cover and operation. Right now, in the next 3 seconds, you are transitioning between them. By the time your feet touch the floor, you are already someone else. Your cover name is Alexander Voss. On paper, you are a senior trade attaché for a mid-level European economic consultancy with offices in Brussels, Vienna, and Nicosia. You have been in this country for 14 months. You have a lease, a gym membership, a regular table at a wine bar on the embankment where the junior ministers like to talk after hours. You have a dry cleaner who calls you by name. You have built a life so convincingly ordinary that sometimes, in unguarded moments, you almost believe it yourself. That is the most dangerous sign. They told you that, too. You dress in the dark. Gray trousers, a shirt, the kind of jacket that signals professional but not important. You check the secondary phone, the one that has never once received a personal call, and you memorize the address, and then you remove the SIM and flush it. Standard protocol. You have done this 31 times. You stopped counting after 30. The man you are going to meet tonight is not a man you are supposed to know. His name is Faruk Tashkentov. He is 47 years old, and he is the deputy director of the National Security Service of a country that officially considers the United States a strategic partner and unofficially allows Russian intelligence officers to operate inside its government with near total impunity. Faruk has been passing information for 8 months. Low level at first, meeting schedules, policy drafts, the occasional personnel file. Then higher, then the kind of material that lands on desks in Langley at midnight and makes people who are paid to be calm go very still. He reached out. That matters. Assets who reach out are either genuinely motivated or terminally compromised, and your job, your specific, singular, career-defining job, is to determine which one Faruk is before the operation goes one step further. You have been doing this for 9 years. Before that, 2 years of preparation. Before that, a life that you visit sometimes in memory, the way you might visit a country you once traveled through. Familiar, but no longer yours. You walk. You never take cabs to a meeting. You know the city well enough now that you move through it like a local, which you are in every way that matters to anyone who might be watching. Someone is always watching. You learned that early. Not at the farm, not in a briefing room, but in your 2nd month in your first posting, a city in Eastern Europe that no longer appears on your personnel file, when you spotted the same man outside 3 different locations in one afternoon. Not because he was careless, because they wanted you to see him, because the surveillance itself was the message. We know you are here. We are watching you watch us. Welcome to the game. You absorbed it. You did not panic. You went back to your apartment and made dinner and reported it the next morning in a 7-line cable that your handler described as unusually composed. You were 29 years old. You had been trained for exactly that moment your entire adult life, and when it arrived, you realized something that no one had explicitly told you. The training doesn't make you fearless, it makes fear useful. You arrive at the location 11 minutes early, and you do not go inside. You walk past it twice, a late-night pharmacy with its green cross blinking, a narrow lane behind it, a parked car with a cracked left mirror that was not there the last time you scouted the route. You note it. You note everything. The notation happens automatically now, the way breathing does, unconscious, continuous, essential. On your second pass, you see Farouk. He is inside the pharmacy, standing near the back, holding a basket with 2 items in it. He is early too. That is either professionalism or nerves, and right now you cannot tell which. You go in. You do not acknowledge him. You take a basket. You browse. After 90 seconds, you drift toward the same aisle. You stand side by side reading labels on bottles you have no intention of buying. The deputy minister's office has been accessed, he says. Quiet, flat, the kind of voice that has practiced this. Files on the Karimov case, copied, I don't know who. You keep your eyes on the shelf. When? Tuesday, late, after 9. Physical or digital? Both. You feel the weight of it settle. The Karimov case is the reason you are in this country. It is the thread that connects 3 intelligence services, 2 dead journalists, a numbered account in Liechtenstein, and a pipeline contract that the State Department has been trying to understand for 2 years. If those files have been copied, the operation is not just compromised, it may already be over. Or it may have just gotten much more dangerous for everyone involved, including you. Are you under surveillance? You ask. A pause. Too long. I don't know, he says. That is the answer that keeps you up at night more than any other. Not yes, not no. I don't know. Because in this world, not knowing is the space where people get killed. You buy 2 items. You leave separately. You are back in your apartment by 5:50 a.m., and you sit at the small desk by the window, and you draft the cable in your head 3 times before you write it once. Precise, sequenced, no interpretation, only fact. The interpretation happens in rooms you will never enter, by people whose names you will never know. You send it at 5:03 a.m. By 5:30, there is a response. Stand by. Do not move. Do not contact asset. Await instruction. You stand by.
3 days pass. This is the part no one understands about this work. Not the action, but the waiting. The action is easy. The action is training, muscle memory, protocol. The waiting is entirely human, and you have had to become something slightly less than human to survive it without unraveling. You go to the office. You attend a trade delegation luncheon. You make small talk with a woman from the finance ministry who is either exactly what she appears to be or the most patient intelligence officer you have ever encountered. You cannot ask. You cannot know. You smile and discuss agricultural import quotas, and you think this is the job. Not the meetings in pharmacy aisles. This, the infinite grinding performance of normalcy. On the 3rd evening, your primary handler calls on the landline. His cover is a contract consultant for a Brussels-based firm. He has been running assets for 22 years. He sounds tired in the way that only accumulates over decades. The files were copied internally, he says. We have a name. You wait. It isn't Farouk. You exhale through your nose. You do not say anything. There's a problem, he continues. The name we have, they're being moved, transferred to a ministry with restricted access. If we don't act in the next 72 hours, the thread is gone. What does acting mean, you ask, though you already know the shape of it? It means Alexander Voss gets invited to a dinner he doesn't currently have a reason to attend, and he finds a reason. You are the reason. You are always the reason. That is what deniable means. It means that if this goes wrong, if you are identified, arrested, expelled, or worse, there is no file with your name on it in any government building. There is no official record of your deployment. There is a consultancy in Brussels that will confirm your employment and then cease to exist within 48 hours. There is a cover story for your family, for your colleagues, for anyone who might ask. There is a version of you that is real and documented and thoroughly ordinary. And then there is you. You accepted this 9 years ago in a conference room in a building in Northern Virginia, signing documents that were not quite contracts and not quite confessions, but something in between. A man with gray eyes and no visible rank explained the arrangement in language so precise it felt surgical. You would be embedded. You would be protected, but not officially. You would be supported, but not publicly. You would, in the event of capture, be disavowed. You said yes because you believed in the mission. You still believe in the mission, most days. The dinner is arranged through 3 intermediaries in 18 hours. It is held in a private room above a Georgian restaurant near the old Parliament building, the kind of place where the tablecloths are white and the wine is expensive and the conversation is conducted in the careful, diplomatic language of people who all know more than they are saying. There are 11 guests. You are the 12th. You have been inserted as a contact of a contact, a man known to one of the hosts through a trade conference in Almaty 2 years ago that you did in fact attend under a different operational name. The man you are there to observe is seated across the table. His name is Grigory Bektenov. He is 41, compact, with the kind of stillness that reads as confidence until you understand it as something else, the stillness of someone who has spent considerable time in rooms where emotion is a liability. He works for the Interior Ministry. He is being transferred to the Directorate of State Secrets in 11 days. You talk about wine. You talk about infrastructure funding. You tell a story about a trade mission to Georgia that is 70% true. Grigory watches you the way you watch him, assessingly, intermittently, in the gaps between the performance of conversation. By the second course, you know, not because of anything he says, because of what he doesn't, because of the way he reaches for his glass a half-second slower than he should when your eyes meet across the table, because of the angle of his body toward the exit that he probably isn't aware of. Because 9 years of reading rooms in 4 countries have given you a fluency in human behavior that no language class ever could. He knows something is wrong, he just doesn't know it's you. After dinner, in the coat room, you are standing near enough to exchange 3 sentences. You say them, he says 3 back. In those 9 sentences, buried inside ordinary pleasantries, the arrangement is made. Not explicit, never explicit, but made. You walk out into the cold air of a city that is not your city, and you button your jacket, and you think, this is what it costs. This is the math of it. One thread pulled, another one appears. One name resolved, another one surfaces. The operation does not end. The operation is continuous, self-generating, like a machine that runs on the fuel of its own complexity. You have been in this country for 14 months. Langley has not told you when you were going home. You have stopped asking. There is a moment, late in your 3rd year at the farm, when one of your instructors, a woman who had run operations across 4 continents and whose real name you never learned, sat across from you in a small room and asked you a question that wasn't in any syllabus. She asked you, "Who are you?" when nobody is watching. You gave her an answer, a good one, trained and considered. She listened to it all, and then she said quietly that the answer would change, that it always does, that the work doesn't just ask you to pretend to be someone else, it asks you to become someone who is capable of becoming anyone else, and that somewhere in that process, the original version of you gets harder and harder to locate. You thought about that for years. You think about it still. In the dark, in cities whose names you cannot say, waiting for messages that arrive in 4 words or fewer and redirect the entire current of your life without explanation or apology. Tonight, back at your desk, you receive a new cable. The Karimov thread is live again. There is a new name, a new connection, a minister this time, not a deputy, someone with access to the kind of information that changes the shape of things in ways that take years to fully understand. They need you to get close. They need it done before the parliamentary recess. They need Alexander Voss to be exactly where he needs to be, exactly when he needs to be there, with no trace, no record, and no margin for error. You read the cable twice, you commit it to memory, you delete it. You are already thinking about the approach, already building the version of yourself that will walk into that room and be believed, already setting aside the part of you that remembers another name, another life, a morning in a different country when the world was still something you participated in, rather than something you managed from the inside. You are very good at this. That is the thing no one tells you at the beginning. Not the danger, not the isolation, not the moral weight of it. The thing no one tells you is that one day you will be very, very good at it, and that being good at it will feel like losing something you can't quite name, and that you will keep doing it anyway, because the mission is real, and the stakes are real, and somewhere in the architecture of who you've become, that still matters. The city hums outside your window. Somewhere in it, Grigory Bektenov is making a decision. Somewhere in it, Faruk Tashkentov is wondering if he is safe. Somewhere in it, a minister whose name you now know is moving through his evening, completely unaware that Alexander Voss exists. By the time he finds out, it will be too late to matter. You close the laptop. You lie down in the dark. You do not sleep. You wait.